They can please sit down. We'd like to start the program. And now that I told you to sit down, can you please silence your cell phones and stand up for the national anthems, and please remain standing for Tehillim, for Psalms. Good evening. It is truly an honor and my personal pleasure to stand before you tonight to welcome all of you to the Young Israel of West Hartford's annual fundraising dinner. As we celebrate something so fundamental to our beloved shul, legacy and leadership. But before I dive in, there are two things I'd like to address. First of all, thank you. Thank you to all of you for your understanding and for your accommodating tonight's fiasco with the seating and the table cards. We had such an overwhelming response to this dinner that we decided to keep it open until the last minute. What that did was, well, you saw what it did. So that compounded by the fact that we had a printer glitch. Anyway, this is where we are, and we appreciate all your understanding and your accommodating. The second thing I'd like to address is the elephant in the room. You may have wondered about the excess pomp and circumstance surrounding the national anthems this evening. Well, as many of you know, Rabbi Brander wears many hats. And most recently, he has added yet another to his collection. He now serves as a volunteer chaplain in the West Hartford Police Department. From the West Hartford Police Department, please welcome Lieutenant Matthew LaRiviere. Officer Stephanie Hannigan. And Lieutenant Ross Friedman. This tribute was their way of honoring him and our way of celebrating his latest endeavor. So Rabbi Brander, hats off to you. Young Israel of West Hartford has long been a beacon of warmth, inclusivity, and devotion, built on the foundation of those who have dedicated themselves to enriching our communal and spiritual lives. Tonight, we recognize two extraordinary couples who embody those values and have made a lasting impact on our community. First, Evelyn and Bob Harris, whose presence and dedication have been woven into the very fabric of Young Israel of West Hartford since its earliest days. Their generosity has helped shape our community across generations, bridging the past with the present and laying the groundwork for the future. And then Miriam and Rabbi Tuvia Brander, whose decade of visionary leadership has built upon that legacy, strengthening the foundation, expanding the reach, and ensuring that Young Israel of West Hartford not only honors its past, but thrives in the years ahead, deepening the bonds that unite us as more than just a community. Legacy and leadership are not just words. They are the actions and the commitments of those who build, inspire, and elevate us all. Tonight, as we celebrate these remarkable couples, let us also remember that each of us has a role to play in shaping the future of Young Israel of West Hartford. Their dedication is a reminder that leadership is not about titles. It's about showing up, giving of oneself, and ensuring that the values we hold dear continue to thrive for generations to come. And on that note, tonight is truly one for the record books. Thanks to each and every one of you, we have had over 200 reservations for this evening's dinner and have raised more than $120,000 in pledges. Your generosity and steadfast support have turned this fundraiser into an incredible success, one that truly reflects the strength and the heart of Young Israel of West Hartford. So thank you all. Of course, none of this would be possible without the incredible Jewish communal professionals joining us tonight, our friends and our partners. From the New England Jewish Academy, we welcome Head of School Esther Eisenman. From Solomon Schechter Day School, we are honored to have Rabbi Yoni Berger, the head of school. We recognized Harold Grinspoon and Diane Trotterman for their generous support of all things Jewish. We are delighted to welcome two esteemed members from the Jewish Community Foundation, Michael Elfenbaum, Vice President of Community Engagement, and Gail Temkin, Board Chair, who is joined by her husband, Stephen. Also joining us tonight are Jill Dulitsky, Board Chair of the Jewish Federation, and Katie Hanlon, CEO of the Jewish Family Services. I'd also like to acknowledge members of our Honorary Tribute Committee. Thank you all for participating and being part of that. Tonight's event is the result of this incredible work of a dedicated committee who have gone above and beyond, handling everything from centerpieces to journals, procuring awards from West Hartford to Israel. You have really stepped up and again, gone way beyond. A heartfelt thank you to Alana Bernstein, Stephen Bernstein, Cindy Goldman, Shane Green Kessler, Judith Hessing, David Rosen, and Harriet Rosenblit. Thank you very much. Whatever. But we now turn to words of wisdom and inspiration from a distinguished scholar and teacher. Rabbi Assaf Bednarsh, who serves as the Ruth Bookbinder Mitzner Chair in Talmud and Jewish Law at Yeshiva University, Ritz Kollel in Jerusalem, is a respected educator at Nishmat and Yeshivat Har Etzion. With smicha from Ritz and a BA from Princeton University and an MA in Jewish history from Yeshiva University, Rabbi Bednarsh has been a guiding force in shaping Torah learning and leadership. Beyond his impressive credentials, Rabbi Bednarsh holds a special place in our shul. As the mentor, and Rav to our very own Rabbi Brander. It is an honor to welcome Rabbi Assaf Bednarsh, joining us virtually, to share words of Torah.
It's a great pleasure for me to join in honoring Rabbi Tuvia and Miriam Brander on the occasion of their 10th anniversary at the Young Israel of West Hartford. In yesterday's Parsha, we read in Perek Chaf Gimel, Pasuk Chaf Bet. Perek Chaf Gimel, in almost its entirety, discusses only the mitzvot of the various chagim, the holidays of the Jewish calendar, except for one pasuk, Pasuk Chaf Bet, Uvekutzrechem et kitziratechem lo tchalep ha'atzur sarcha bekutzrecha veleket kitzercha lo telaket la'ani v'lager tazovotam. When you harvest the harvest in your land, do not completely harvest the corner of your field, and do not glean after your harvest. Rather, leave the corner and the gleanings for the poor and downtrodden. What is peculiar is that 8 days ago, in last week's Parsha, Parshat Kedoshim, in the 9th pasuk of Parshat Kedoshim, we read almost the exact same thing. Almost word for word. When we harvest our field, we should not completely harvest the corner of the field, nor glean after ourselves. Why did the Torah have to tell us twice, at not such a great distance, the exact same mitzvot? Rav Aaron Lichtenstein, the Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivat Har Etzion, an important mentor and role model for both myself and Rabbi Brander, suggested that we have to look at the different context of these two psukim. In Parshat Kedoshim, these mitzvot appear only a few lines from Lo Tignovu, Lo Techachashu, Lo Teshakru, not stealing or lying or defrauding, not swearing falsely, paying wages on time, in the context of basic Ben Adam L'Chavero, how to be a decent person and treat others properly. In yesterday's Parsha, Parshat Emor, the context is entirely different. We're talking about the harvest, but from a ritual perspective. On Pesach, what korbanot, what offerings we bring from the harvest. On Shavuot, what offerings we bring from the harvest. Rav Lichtenstein suggested that there are two types of people who may neglect their obligations to those less fortunate. One is someone who just doesn't know how to treat others carefully, who doesn't care about his fellow. That person is addressed in Parshat Kedoshim and told, don't lie, don't steal, and give charity. The second person, addressed in yesterday's Parsha, Parshat Emor, is someone who is exceedingly religious, someone who is neither selfish nor uncaring, but is very busy with higher pursuits and callings. He is busy celebrating the Chagim properly. He is busy in the Beit HaMikdash bringing karbanot to Hashem, bringing the proper offerings in the temple. This is a person who is so busy with higher callings, with important things, what we may call saving the world, that he might forget about the unfortunate person next door. He might forget about the needs of the small people down the block because he is distracted by the big projects he is undertaking. And therefore, the Torah repeats once again, in the context of these tremendous accomplishments, religious accomplishments surrounding the interface of the holiday cycle and the holiest place in the world, the Beit HaMikdash, the Torah reminds us that even when we're dealing with big things, we not forget the small people who live down the block or around the corner or the other side of the tracks, and make sure to take care of them as well. This insight by Rav Lichtenstein, to me, really captures so much of what the Branders are all about. Rabbi Tuvia Brander, as a rabbi, is someone who is always doing big things, whether continuing to grow in his own personal Torah learning and spiritual growth, whether big projects for the community, communal projects, raising standards and bringing new services, changing, building a new shul. He always has big projects on his mind. But at the same time, he doesn't let the big projects, he doesn't let the highest spiritual pursuits distract him from what may be the mundane, everyday needs of every single member of the community. At the same time, he has his eyes on the heavens and is planning for the future of the entire community. He remembers each and every individual in the shul to think about their needs, to pick up a telephone, to make sure they're taken care of, to make sure that no one feels neglected and everyone feels seen and heard. It is this unique combination that makes the Branders so special. Right? Brander, of course, is a Kohen, and so much of yesterday's Parsha talked about the Kohanim, and that reminds us of the very first Kohen, Aaron HaKohen. Aaron HaKohen, we also learned 1 week ago, Bezot Yavo Aaron HaKodesh. He was the one on the highest rarefied levels of sanctity who went into the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur, but at the same time, our rabbis tell us in the Gemara that he busied himself with Shalom Bein Adam L'Chaviro, Bein Ish L'Ishto. He did not let his rarefied spiritual pursuits and his immense holiness distract him from the responsibility to make peace between two quarreling neighbors and to ensure that couples receive the counseling they need so they could have shalom bayit, so they could peacefully build their family together in unison. This model, dating back to Rabbi Brander's great, who knows how many great-grandfather Aaron HaKohen, is something which I am so proud to see the Branders put into practice and live every day in West Hartford. And my bracha to Rabbi Brander and to Miriam on this great occasion is Yelchu Mechayel El Chayel. Continue growing, continue doing, continue accomplishing, continue balancing the biggest ambitions with attention to the smallest details and needs of every person in your congregation. And may you someday merit to get as much nachas from your students, from your congregants, and from your family as I receive from you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Barry Gordon. And well, yes, we made it. We're here. Are you all having a good time? That's good. That's wonderful. Firstly, Rabbi and Miriam, congratulations on your 10-year milestone at Young Israel. And what a ride it has been. I would also like to welcome all our guests and honored members. A special welcome to all the family members and friends of the Harrises who are celebrating with Evelyn and Bob this evening. Now to our legacy honorees, Evelyn and Bob Harris. Honestly, it is quite an unexpected honor and privilege for me to be up here speaking about you both. It also was difficult to cram 9 decades of living into a few minutes, but let me give you a snapshot of Evelyn and Bob, focusing in upon their nearly 60 years here in Greater Hartford. Evelyn and Bob came to the Greater Hartford area shortly after the completion of Bob's service to Uncle Sam and upon the completion of his medical training. The year was 1967. Bob was a young pediatrician and an honorably discharged captain, having served in the United States Army during the Vietnam conflict era. After his service, Evelyn and Bob looked for a community where Bob could practice his ply, and where they could live and grow in a community that espoused their values and lifestyle. His colleague, residency mate, and subsequent lifelong friend, and I'll say friends, Leon and Jean Comides, may she have a speedy and complete refuah, spoke to Bob and Evelyn about Hartford. Hartford, they said, offered solid professional opportunities and opportunities to grow and flourish in the Jewish and general community. One of the opportunities that Leon spoke of was for Bob to establish a neonatal intensive care unit at Hartford Hospital. Well, Bob got the job. They moved to West Hartford with their then 3 young children. In West Hartford, they added 2 more children to the clan, becoming the proud parents of 5. Neonatal technology back in 1967 was cutting edge. There were just a handful of programs in the United States. What an incredibly challenging and stimulating opportunity. Bob became the successful founder and director of Hartford Hospital's NICU. During his time as the director, he also established his own private pediatric practice with Evelyn, mother of 5, Evelyn, mother of 5, became a teacher at the local Midrashah community school. Bob and Evelyn, when you both came to West Hartford, the young Israel of Hartford was in the throes of a transition period, likely moving from the old neighborhood on Blue Hills Avenue and making its way to suburbia, but when and exactly where was still the question. As I've shared with you, I was a 13-year-old boy at that time, and I remember my parents trying to guess in which neighborhood you would settle. Would it be Hartford or would it be West Hartford? Well, you rented in West Hartford on Seneca Road with insight and hope that the shul would relocate near your home. For a year or so, you walked from West Hartford to Blue Hills Avenue on Shabbat to attend Minyan. Some members of the Mother Shul in Hartford were more than ready to move to suburbia sooner than others due to the social unrest gripping our country and the Hartford area during that period of time. They established a new separate shul in West Hartford, calling it the Young Israel of West Hartford. Very creative name. The move of about 5 families happened in 1968, and Evelyn and Bob, you were part of the original Minyan when the shul first opens its doors in that old gray tinderbox of a farmhouse. And heck, you were both founders of the shul, instrumental with the planning, purchasing of the property, and the actual move. Bob, you also served on the original board of directors. You were founders again. You both settled into a daily flow and wove a busy and beautiful tapestry called life. 5 children in all. A shout out to all the kids and grandkids who are here this evening. 5 kids in all who went to the then Yeshiva of Hartford, which transitioned into the Hebrew Academy, and which is now the New England Jewish Academy. Both of you, with relish, dove into community life while raising your family and building your successful careers. Your fingerprints were placed on so many Jewish communal organizations. You both served on numerous committees, including our own Young Israel, rolling up your sleeves not only as members and volunteers, but taking leadership roles time and again, including the presidency at both the Hebrew Academy and again at the Hebrew High School of New England. Bob, you even agreed to be, I know it's a nightmare, Bob, but you even agreed to be the president of the Young Israel in your, sorry, David. You agreed to become the president of the Young Israel in your later years when it was difficult to find someone to step to the plate. Bob and Evelyn, you both promoted our community in so many ways and served as role models to so many. Evelyn, your life and love was volunteering at the Hebrew Academy, along with working at Midrashah. You then found your other professional calling and went into real estate, assisting so many people in our community to find their other beshert, their home. I'm one of those who benefited. So I have to give you both a little musar because you were both right and wrong at the same time. Your initial reaction about accepting this legacy award, this Hakaras Hatov, was to say thank you, but no thank you. You said, who even knows us now? What did we do that was so special? We did what anyone who is part of a community would do. All that may be true, and you may be right. However, you both did so much, so well, and for so long. When you were wrong, where you were wrong was not taking into consideration the value and legacy of that giving, which impacted for good and growth in our community. You and I have become especially close over these last few years. And as we talk through the idea of your accepting this recognition, we invoke the well-known story of Koni Hamalgal, chronicled in the Babylonian Talmud tractate Ta'anit 23a. Koni, who lived in the 1st century BCE, was a Jewish scholar prior to the age of the Tanaim. He had great standing in the community because of his wisdom. But one day, Koni set off down the road, and along the way, he ran into an old person planting a carob tree. Koni said to the gardener, "How long will it take for this tree to bear fruit?" The old person answered, "Maybe 70 years or so." 70 years, Koni cried out. "I mean, no disrespect, but you're no youngster. Are you sure you will live another 70 years? He may have been a scholar, but I wonder a little bit about his tact. Perhaps not, the old person said. However, when I came into this world, I found many beautiful carob trees planted by those that came before me. Just as my ancestors planted trees for me, I am planting trees for my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, so they too can have fruit. You seriously helped to make the seedlings grow. You are founders of our shul. You were the bridge of generations and neighborhoods, and the thread that got us from there to here. Look around you and see the fruits of your involvement. All these people here. Look at the dynamic rabbi and rebbitzin we have been fortunate to have for 10 years now. Look at your children and relish in the blessed grandchildren and great-grandchildren, with more on the way, b'sha'ah tovah. Look at what happens when a community pulls together. Your involvement and leadership help pave the way. That is exactly why this Young Israel Legacy Award was invoked. And this is the legacy that you, by your examples of chesed and achrayut, have passed on to us and to the generations beyond us. As Winston Churchill once said, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. There are many community insights Bob wanted to share about his journey here in West Hartford. So I'm really pleased to announce that we will be recording an oral history of Bob's insights as a founder of the Young Israel, and it will be available once completed on the new Young Israel website. Now it is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Board of Directors and the Young Israel of West Hartford to present this Legacy Award to Evelyn and Bob, after which we will have a few remarks from Bob.
For that beautiful introduction. Good evening, everyone. Honored rabbis, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to first thank all of you for being here tonight to celebrate with us. And I would like to thank Young Israel for this great honor that they have bestowed on us tonight. And I would especially like to thank all of our family and extended family for being here tonight, some of whom have come great distances to be here with us. It was 60 years ago or so that Evelyn and I chose to come to Hartford. We chose to come here for several reasons. Some of those were personal, some of them were professional, but we came here also because we knew there was a Jewish community here of long standing. We wanted to be part of that community and contribute to it. We hoped to live here as a productive, in a productive way, and as a substantial way, as a Jewish couple. And that has been our goal. And if we have contributed in any small way to aiding this community and increasing its cohesiveness, then we are well rewarded. We hope that young Israel will continue to grow and to thrive, and will go from l'chayil, from strength to strength, now and into the future. And may it always be a welcome place for any Orthodox Jewish family that wishes to settle here. Thank you all very much.
Hi, I'm Richard Blumenthal, your United States Senator. I want to wish Rabbi Brander and Miriam a heartfelt and sincere thank you for your incredible leadership to young Israel and to the greater Hartford Jewish community. I'd also like to congratulate Bob and Evelyn Harris on their Legacy Builders Award, honoring their commitment as founding families of this congregation. Your leadership is really an extraordinary example to all of us of what we can accomplish with dedication, hard work, and faith. I was privileged to visit your synagogue recently with Rabbi Brander to stand up to hate and anti-Semitism in Connecticut. And I was inspired by his extraordinarily eloquent advocacy for peace and goodwill. I want to thank you all for your service to our community, and I wish you many successful years to come. This leadership is all the more important at this moment in our history. I look forward to returning and enjoying your company and celebrating this remarkable congregation. Thank you so much.
Good evening, and welcome to a night of 1,000 speeches. I'm David Rosen, and it is my distinct honor and pleasure to be serving as president of Young Israel of West Hartford, and to welcome you and thank you not only for being here, but for your support of our shul and of our most deserving honorees. Evelyn and Bob, the recognition you've received tonight truly marks your legacies in the greater Hartford Jewish community. Mazel tov. To our Young Israel members here, if you haven't been synagogue president yet, I have to say I highly recommend it. So much so that tonight I'm asking for nominees for June of 2026, as there's only a mere 13 months, 4 days, and 2 hours till elections. Not that I'm counting. But seriously, why is it that people constantly make fun of the synagogue president? I mean, the day I accepted the president's position, the jokes started. And they went on and on and on until finally I said, Rabbi, enough already. But no joke. Being president is a responsibility, but so worth it. I want to add my own thanks to Shane, Dena, Ilana, and the entire dinner committee. It's a blessing to work with such mission-driven people. Thank you. It's been quite a year, and I can't recap it all in a short time, so here are just some highlights. We continue to grow. This year alone, we welcomed 17 new families and celebrated the birth of so many babies. Thanks to support from the Jewish Community Foundation, we have reawakened our expansion committee, Under the joint guidance of Brook and Daniel Damon, we would be pushing our agenda forward. Meanwhile, we must maximize the utility of the space that we have. Thanks to Reba Linker, Arlen Lichter, and several other volunteers, our youngest members have a cozier space to learn and to sing on Shabbat mornings. And it's so exciting to watch other youth activities, including NCSY, the Chill Zone, and the Wiesel Door to Door Family Learning Program. And I have to point out Rifki, our youth director, who is with us today. Our recently expanded Chesed Committee, under the coordination of Leah Forgosh and Lindy Hannenbaum, stands at the ready to assist any members in need. Major programs this year have included our Aloha Barbecue, our Fire Festival at Hanukkah, and the hugely attended Soup and Trivia Night in memory of Ilan Ganelis, all of which saw members of all ages enjoying our wonderful synagogue life. We continue to be at the forefront of important community-wide programs, including the Purim Unity Extravaganza and the recent Tekes Ma'avar. We hosted the Grassroots Jewish Women's Art Show, helped Jewish Family Services pack meals, and thanked our local police and fire again at our annual First Responders Breakfast. And we thrive on adult education with numerous opportunities, including those run by our own members, like Chaim Davis's Shabbat Morning Mishnah class, and Debbie Luger's Book Club, and the annual Margot Jeremiah's Memorial Kristallnacht Commemoration Lecture, sponsored by Helen and Leslo. Our Scholar in Residence programs have been impactful, including last week's amazing Celebrate Israel Shabbat program with Rabbi Adam Ferziger and members of Kibbutz Sufa. We are a hub for the support of Israel. Greater Hartford for Israel and its weekly Walk for Israel was founded by Young Israel members Ari Schaefer and Les Lowe. Plus, we raised and continue to raise significant money to help provide life-saving drones and other necessary equipment for Israeli soldiers. And this is just a small piece of what we did all year for our members, for our community, and for Israel. You know, I keep saying we, but the most important component of that we is Rabbi Brander, who is at the forefront of all the initiatives I just mentioned and more. Working alongside him has been nothing short of inspiring. I marvel at his packed schedule and his incredible energy. And I think to myself, how is it that working with a man half my age could on one hand make me feel 35 years younger and at the same time take 10 years off my life? But Rabbi Brander is a force in our soul and in our community. 10 years ago, we specifically asked for a rabbi that would lead us not only in our shul, but also beyond our walls, helping to make sure that all of Jewish Hartford was not only thriving, but doing it by the halachic book. The Eruv, the Hartford Kashrus Commission, New England Jewish Academy, the Mikvah, the Jewish Federation, and even a volunteer chaplain for our town police. He has taken on roles in all of these and more. Rabbi, Jewish life in and around West Hartford has grown and continues to grow because of you. Miriam, Rabbi, I am so lucky to be the one in this chair as we celebrate your 10 years here, 10 years of friendship and leadership, 10 years of teaching and emulating orthodoxy, 10 years of dedication and growth. Mazel tov to you on this milestone. Absolutely, I have a telegram here. I'm sorry, Rabbi, a telegram is a physical letter delivered by a messenger and not Facebook Messenger. Dear Miriam and Rabbi Brander, from all of us here, we want to thank you for all you have done for us. No single family has meant as much to us as you have. Your contributions on our behalf have improved our lives and the lives of all our members' families. Please keep doing what you're doing. Your support has propelled us to greater heights than we could have ever imagined. Signed with great respect, the National Hot Dog Association of America. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank the board of directors and the membership of Young Israel of West Hartford for having placed their confidence in me I promise to keep carrying the Young Israel flag proudly in the coming year. Thank you.
Years ago, Rabbi Brander sat in the Kessler's living room on Pilgrim Road, enduring an interrogation by the search committee. Ultimately, he won over everyone in the room and the search was over. Miriam and Rabbi Brander were coming to West Hartford.
We hired him.
I trained him.
I nurtured him.
I stressed with him.
And Can I get back to you on that?
From the beginning, Rabbi Brander came in with a vision. He knew that Young Israel of West Hartford could and should be so much more than just a shul. What did you think when they said they were moving to West Hartford?
When we first heard that you were moving to West Hartford, we were very excited. We knew the joy of living in a small community. We've watched it grow. It's been an unbelievable process. But what's so special in a smaller community, you really know everybody. Everyone knows each other. Everyone cares and takes care of each other.
With all this growth in membership, we've outgrown our building, so we have plans. Lots and lots of grand plans. Well, not that grand, but all these plans don't hold a candle to the real plans. We've used our all-purpose room, also known as the shul parking lot, for many, many programs, simchas, and even our sanctuary. And, along with all these families, have come an abundance of children, including the Branders, who welcomed Amalia, Liel, and Ariel, all of whom deserve space for groups, activities, and programs. Enter the trailer. Not that trailer. This trailer. We didn't know how fortunate we were in getting Miriam. Bat mitzvah lessons, federation, JFS. How does she do it all?
My number one takeaway was, as a bat mitzvah, it's important for me to give back to my community.
It really was very impactful for me to learn about how to be a leader and really the value and the importance and impact that we hold as the next generations as leaders of our Jewish communities.
I really liked Miriam Brander's bat mitzvah class. It was super fun and it never got boring.
One of the things I remember most about the program was going to the food pantry. It was a really meaningful experience because it gave me a chance to give back to the community.
Miriam, you are special. You are an extraordinary leader at JFS in your role as COO, increasing our capacity to serve many more clients than we ever had before. You are strategic and creative and a model employee. You have expanded our ability to serve more clients, more kosher food, and you have identified unserved Holocaust survivors and secured the funding for them to get the care they need.
Miriam's extraordinary work at Jewish Family Services reflects that same deep care for people, ensuring that every individual feels supported, respected, and embraced.
Every single time I come, I have a wonderful time, both with them and with the community. And I feel like I've made friends in the communities. I love seeing the kids with their grandparents, some of whom are new to the community, and in some cases the families that have moved back to West Hartford.
They involve themselves, both as rabbi and reps of the shul, in every individual's life, but also in helping build the community, whether it's the education, the mikveh, the kashrus, the Erev, every part they've been involved with. And that dedication has produced such beautiful results. When one looks around here, one sees such a beautiful community.
Our Jewish community is experiencing a resurgence, and the two people most responsible are Rabbi Tuvia and Miriam Brander. They both live and breathe the spirit of what Dr. Ron Wolfson describes in his classic book, Relational Judaism, building genuine relationships that make Jewish life vibrant, meaningful, and deeply personal.
Rabbi Brander's commitment to the security program and my professional success has been a benefit to the entire community.
I just want to say thanks to the rabbi for all the help that you've given me with checking the Eruv and everything you've done for the community. I know that the Eruv situation has been mutually beneficial for both of us. You no longer have that fear of heights because I've used this as an opportunity to practice doing exposure therapy.
And Rabbi Brander is always available for us and always available to help and always available to support us in any way that we need. We also really enjoy all the joint programs that the Young Israel does together with Nija, especially the Women's Megillah reading that happens here at Nija. Our students benefit from it. The Young Israel community benefits from it. And it's great to be in partnership with such a great organization and great rabbinic leader.
So here's looking to the future.
What is your favorite part of shul?
Learning new tefillah and going on the bima.
My favorite part about shul is when all the boys sing Anim Smirot together.
Davening and getting candy. Candy! Spending time with friends. Candy. They give candy. My favorite thing is having candy. I like getting candy from Sal. Kissing the Torah. The Branders are always nice to their guests. And Miriam always comes over for coffee. It's very nice.
I like knowing that I can always ask the rabbi questions, and I like going to the Branders because Miriam always has snacks.
I love it how the Branders were so welcoming when we first came here.
In the rabbinic world, it's said that a rabbi and the rebbitzin deserve the community they have, and the community deserves the rabbi and rebbitzin that they have. And in your case, that is really true. You have helped build the community together to the next level, and the community has helped build the two of you to the next level. We wish you only simcha. We wish you only hatzlacha, and we can't wait to see what the next 10 years bring as you build community together.
I guess there's only one more thing to say to the Branders.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Brander.
Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you, Mommy and Abba.
I'm like so moved. I have to take a minute there. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to say mazel tov to Bob and Evelyn Harris. How wonderful and well-deserved this honoring is for you tonight. I personally appreciate you, Evelyn. You found us our first two homes. Very short succession. We bought one and we walked around the corner and we said, oh, we like that one. And Evelyn got it for us very quickly. And Bob not only was a board chair of the Hebrew High School of New England, he was the second board chair of the Hebrew High School of New England, really helping with the founding. And we were all so grateful for your leadership. I have been given the honor of honoring the Branders. When Shane asked me, I thought, oh, of course I'll do it. I love them so much. And then I realized, as you just heard, everyone loves them so much. So although this evening's program is called Legacy and Leadership, I have titled my tribute to you, Love and Leadership. What do our Jewish texts tell us about love and leadership? What the Torah mentions love quite often. Some examples. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. You shall love the stranger as you were strangers in the land of Egypt. And chesed. Chesed is love manifested in action. So where, you may ask, does our mandate to love and our obligation to lead overlap? Some people believe in autocratic leadership, one person making all the decisions. Some people believe in democratic leadership, team building and collaboration. Some believe in transformational leadership, inspiring change. I think that Jewish leadership can embrace all these leadership styles at any given time, depending on the circumstances. But what makes us different as Jewish leaders, what makes the Branders different, is love. The Torah's model of leadership demands compassion, justice, empathy, and humility. It's not about authority, democracy, or transformation, but about taking our commandment to love and to guide others with care. And it is here where Rabbi and Miriam shine. I asked a few people from around the shul and around the community, what do you love most about the Branders? And here are some of the responses I got. I kept them anonymous, but you may recognize yourself. Thank you, Rabbi Brander. Your incredible kindness, compassion, and unwavering support. Your thoughtful guidance and genuine care have made a meaningful difference in my life, and I am truly grateful for the time and attention you have so generously offered. Rabbi and Miriam, your warmth and wisdom continue to be a source of comfort and inspiration. I feel deeply blessed to have your presence here at Young Israel of West Hartford and in the West Hartford community. Rabbi Tuvia and Miriam Brander embody the rare kind of leadership that enriches both public and private life in visible ways through powerful teaching, entrepreneurial leadership, and boundless energy. They have transformed Jewish life across Greater Hartford and sparked a period of extraordinary growth in our community. Through personal acts of kindness, quiet counsel, and steadfast support, they have touched hearts and built lasting bonds. Miriam and Tuvia have a sixth sense for chesed. They think of things others don't, and their ability to provide love and support behind the scenes is truly remarkable. I am so grateful to call them friends and neighbors. Rabbi Brander stays in touch with all the West Hartford kids in Israel. He visits and spends time with them when he goes to Israel, and especially keeps in close contact with all of our kids in the Israeli and U.S. Army. He does many hospital visits, drops off Shabbos candles and food for people stuck in the hospital over Shabbos, arranges or personally provides rides for people going to the doctor. And oh, by the way, did you know that Miriam is the shul's secret grant writer? Oops, I guess it's not a secret anymore. Miriam Brander is a young professional who has excelled in her role beyond all expectations. In addition to managing the day-to-day operations at Jewish Family Services, growing a $9 million community-based agency, Miriam has brought in multi-million-dollar grants and launched several new programs, much of it during the pandemic, while our agency supported record numbers of clients and faced incredible challenges. JFS is serving more clients in a more comprehensive way than ever before, and this is due in part to Miriam's ability to operationalize and push for better results. And also, not many people realize the challenges of being the wife of a community faith leader. Though she isn't the rabbi, are you sure? Though she isn't the rabbi, her role in the community is heavily relied upon. This is not lost on me. And so when she wraps up her days and weeks at JFS, I know she is going to her other job. It's remarkable to me how well she manages all of this, and I try to tell her frequently. She is a gift to JFS, and she is a gift to the community. So I will close with one of the most famous stories in the Torah about Gemilut Chasidim, the story of Abraham and the angels. Abraham is sitting at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day when he sees three men, angels in disguise, approaching He's not feeling well. The Midrash says he is recovering from his Brit Milah. And it is also understood by some that God is actually in the tent with Abraham, visiting him because he's not feeling well. And yet, Abraham says to God, "Excuse me, I'll be right back," and runs to greet the men, bows to the ground, offering them rest and water to wash their feet and to offer them food. He yells to Sarah, his wife, "Drop whatever you're doing and prepare a nice meal." They are so hospitable that the angels tell them that they will be blessed with a son. And we also know and learn that God feels honored by Abraham's kindness to others while he is in his presence. The Torah places a profound emphasis on acts of love and kindness, seeing them as an essential expression of a righteous life and a just society. We know this because we learn of this holy act by Abraham and Sarah in the early days of our Jewish journey of becoming a people. Leading with loving kindness is not just admirable, but required. It is a way of living in alignment with divine values where justice, empathy, and human dignity are upheld in everyday life. Rabbi and Miriam, you are our Abraham and Sarah. You are our role models, not only because of your most gracious hospitality, but because of your special partnership of leading a community with a sense of justice, kindness, humility, and lots of love. Mazel tov on this well-deserved honor. It is my pleasure to give you this beautiful gift as you come up. So I don't know if people can see. It is a beautiful watercolor from Jerusalem. Anything else I should say? It has the 70 names of Yerushalayim.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you for your kind words, for your dedication, for your investment in our community. Thank you for your leadership, for your shining example, and above all, thank you for your friendship. I'm truly humbled to stand here tonight before all of you. I'm filled with an overwhelming and immense sense of gratitude. Gratitude to the Almighty, Shesanta Chelkenu, for placing our lot here in this sacred work with this remarkable community. Gratitude to all of you here tonight. Gratitude to those who made tonight possible, both operationally over the last several months, and perhaps more fundamentally over the past 10 years. Thank you to our family who have come from far and wide to celebrate with us tonight, to my parents who flew in special from Israel, and to Miriam's parents who are joining us here tonight, and our siblings. Thank you for instilling within Miriam and me these values, a call to service that has become the foundation of the home that we have built together. Thank you to our colleagues and partners and rabbis from across the alphabet soup of the Jewish organizations in the greater Hartford Jewish community. Your partnership and friendship and hard work enrich our lives, our young Israel, and the greater Hartford Jewish community. It means so much to Miriam and me that you are here with us to celebrate this moment. Thank you to our friends and extended family of the Young Israel of West Hartford. And that's exactly what we are, a family, a source of support in times of challenge, a home team in times of need, and a celebration squad in times of joy and jubilation. Miriam and I feel so blessed to be part of this family and an institution synonymous with chesed, kindness, suffused with Torah and tradition, and stitched together by the unique and vibrant light that each member of the family brings. Ashreinu, how fortunate are we to be part of this Jewish community. We are so grateful to Bob and Evelyn Harris for agreeing to share this evening with us. Thank you for your decades of dedication, your years of yearning, of planting and building, the incredible foundation that our community benefits from each and every day. You are true legacy builders. And Miriam and I wish you many, many, many more years of securing that legacy together in good health and happiness, surrounded by dear friends and your family. I want to also call out a mentor who I had the opportunity to meet coming to this area, two visionaries of the Jewish world, Harold and Diane, who have done so much for our Jewish world and really impacted the entire Jewish people in ways that few people have in our time. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful to the incredible lay and professional leadership, both past and present, of the Young Israel. Thank you to the devoted professionals who I have the privilege to work with each and every day. To our director of operations / photographer, indeed, Catherine Sewell. To our Yoetza Halakha, Yoetza Ruthie Broekman Schulman. To our youth director, Ruthie Taravello. To our custodian, Safi, and to our administrative support team from Executive Arm and Sarah Silvestri. Please rise. We also pause for a moment to remember the late Larry Carlson Jr. of blessed memory, our keen keeper of the books for several years, who recently passed. I want to thank tonight's events committee for seeing this incredible evening to fruition. If you could please rise so we can thank you. Thank you to the dedicated board of directors of the Young Israel West Hartford, the countless volunteers that propel our mission forward each and every day. Will the current board please rise? And for all of you who have ever served on the board of Young Israel, thank you so much for your dedication. Being shul president is the butt of many jokes. It's a unique role, especially for a synagogue in flux, transforming by leaps and bounds each and every day. I'll give you just one statistic to consider. On a Shabbat morning today, we go through more bottles of soda than we did in a month when I came. And that's not just because we have a caffeine addiction. I'd like to acknowledge and thank each of the special presidents that I've had the privilege to serve under: Debbie Luger, Zeb Davidowitz, Les Lowe, Shane Green Kessler. Thank you for your energy, for your time, for your commitment. You are true partners in the remarkable community that we have created together. A very, very special thank you to our current president, David Rosen. We are truly indebted to you for your vision and investment, for your time and expertise, for your wisdom and your wit. Thank you. And I know you still have one more year in your term, but is it too early to say 4 more years? Aharon Habib. Last and most beloved, I would like to express my infinite gratitude to my partner in all, the bedrock of our community, of our family, of my life, to my partner, Miriam. Only part of my speech she hasn't read yet. Beyond her tremendous talents and capabilities as a first-rate nonprofit professional, beyond her legendary Rebbitzin cookies, boundless hospitality, her teaching and her gracious hosting, beyond her volunteerism at our school and shul and mikvah, and as you all know, our on-call grant writer for all three, and I would dare say Michael Elfenbaum whisperer. Beyond her amazing parenting and devoted mother to our 3 amazing daughters, Miriam, you are my counselor, my partner, my lighthouse, and my anchor. This award is doubly Miriam's. It's hers because, as the honoree, for all of her hard work and exemplary service, and it's hers for any share that belongs to me. In the words of the famed Rabbi Akiva, Shali, Shalachem, Shalahi. What we have accomplished is thanks to her. It's because of her. And how fitting is it that we celebrate Miriam tonight on our 12th wedding anniversary on the year calendar. And I only pray, as Rabbi Akiva did, Ki avrei ima kach avrei vitra, may our daughters grow up to follow her example and the example of their incredible mother. I love you. I'm almost done. Gratitude is a theme that runs throughout our evening. Gratitude to our honorees, to lay leaders, professionals, countless volunteers, and all of you. But gratitude is not just about looking back. It is, in its truest form, a catalyst for vision. As the psalmist declares, Tov lehodot laHashem, lezamer shemcha elyon. It is good to praise the Lord and to sing to God's most high name. Hodaya, gratitude, in our tradition, is never static. It overflows into song, into momentum, into the next chapter. So as we pause to acknowledge all that we have built, let us ask, what are we building towards? What is the music beneath our gratitude? What are the chords, the notes, the melody that shapes the steps on this sacred journey? We believe in a Torah that animates our lives, that is not confined to a bookshelf, a Torah that is alive in our hearts and in our homes, in our sanctuaries and on our streets, in conversations and in life's decisions. We are a community rooted in the Masorah, the tradition, a sacred chain that stretches across generations, that stands outside of time and is immune to the vagaries of the zeitgeist, yet is fearlessly committed to creativity in the service of that tradition. We are a community that personifies the power of Achdut, of unity, not uniformity, but unity of purpose, where we strive to collaborate and to bring together fellow Jews and Jewish institutions from across the spectrum, choosing to amplify the many, many values that we share, rather than getting stuck in the few where we differ. We are a synagogue, as we always say, that is much more than just a building. We are a hub for tefillah, for prayer, for Torah, a hub for togetherness, where all stripes and types are welcomed, embraced, and uplifted. We are a community of chesed, of kindness, of connection, of conviction, where we hold and help each other up. We challenge each other to grow and walk together on this path we call life. We stand unapologetically for Am Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael, and Mitnat Yisrael, for the people of Israel, the land of Israel, and the state of Israel, forging an unbreakable bond with our people, our land, and the ever-unfolding sacred Jewish story. We are a place where Jewish identity is not only preserved, but empowered and passed along to the next generation, not as an obligation, but a gift. We are here not to preserve the status quo, but to build, to grow, to deepen, to dream, to make our community more vibrant, more holy, more alive with purpose. As we look to the next 10 years, as we look to continue to put these values into practice, we know our work is far from finished. We look to build not only in spirit, but in space, ensuring our physical home can serve our evolving needs and can expand to hold the vibrant life we are cultivating within. We look to grow not just within our walls, but beyond, to seek to spark deep connection, to deepen engagement, and to bring meaningful Jewish experiences to the broad Hartford Jewish community. We look to invest in people, in programming, in the sacred rhythm of the powerful Jewish life experiences, so that our community is not just a home for prayer, but a place of possibility, a home to opportunity. I thank you for your support. I thank you for being part of this magical moment and for adding your voice to our communal melody. I look forward to continuing to pave this path ahead together as partners, as friends, as builders, as supporters, and as a family. May we be worthy of the legacy that we celebrate tonight and bold enough to build a future that illuminates generations to come. Thank you.